Hello guys, I really hope that you're doing great. I think the topic of today really calls for a cozy setup, so I thought why not talk from the bed. I have a blanket here because I don't know why, but today I'm so cold. So cold. Today is 3rd of April, and I know I just did the video about spring reset. I'm still not feeling spring. I have done my spring reset and I'm so happy that I did it because I had quite a mess. Spring, however, not really feeling it. And I don't know if you can notice, but I'm a little bit sick. I have been quite sick. I feel like I'm slowly getting out of it, but my overall feeling it's not good, which is great for today's video because this is exactly what I want to talk about today. There is a little cutie that wants to join us in today's video. Say hi, Lola. This is one of the doggies that I take care of. Her name is Lola and I love her so much, Lolita. She always has to be with me and I love that about her. Okay, so today is another episode of Becoming Her, and I think the best thing that I could do in order to speak about today's episode is have a recap of all of the episodes on this series. So in episode 1, we focused on creating a planning system that worked. We worked on getting a clear vision and creating the goals that we wanted, and not only the goals, but a system in order to achieve the goals. And this episode was for both starting from zero or if you were looking just to get back on track. Things like choosing the right foods, deciding what type of diet you want to do. Me, for instance, right now I'm doing the keto pescatarian and it's working pretty well and I'm very happy with it. So that's what we talked about in this episode 1. We also talked about fitness routine, how to create one, and any other healthy habits that you wanted to introduce in your life. Episode 2 was about checking in with our health. We talked about whether or not we should check on our weight when we are in this journey. I think more precisely, I shared my experiences with feeling good in my own skin. I shared my progress with my fitness routine, and we talked about how to create routines, why, and all those things. Episode 3 involved things like creating consistency. It involved talking about like slowly progress on this journey, setting priorities for the habits or the goals that we set. And I shared tips for this journey of becoming her. I shared step by step what to do in order to become her. And not only to become her, because this is just another type of saying it, but it's to become your best version. It's to become the person that you want to be. And I shared a few clothing pieces that helped me feel confident. In episode 4, we talked about the importance of taking a break, focusing on other things like doctor's appointment, like getting your blood test. In my case, I went to the gynecologist. Just have a check-in to see how you're doing internally and see if your health is doing good and if there's anything that you can do in order to improve it. I shared my journey in becoming a yoga teacher. I was working really hard at that point, reconnecting with my roots, with myself, working on my business, and focusing on new projects. Episode 5, we talked about seeing new opportunities within different situations. We did a lot of self-reflection, life evaluation. We talked about therapy. Speaking of, I have one session upcoming. Today's Wednesday, Friday morning. I would like to do some therapy sessions before my birthday. We talked about tips into helping yourself to achieve your goals, looking for inspiration, journaling, and so on. So that is up to episode 5. We are today episode 6. So I just want to say, we went through 5 episodes. Of course, that doesn't mean 5 days. It's a lot. For me, it has been months. I don't think there's a specific timeline for this. I think for every single person is different, and you should just go with your life situation, because a lot of us handle a lot of things at the same time, and maybe we cannot solely focus on becoming the person that we want because we're juggling too many things. So what happens when you have this, you're on your journey, you know the steps that you have to take in order to become the person that you want, you're slowly working on it, you're getting there little by little, step by step, you're feeling it, you can see the progress, you can see that you're getting better, you're closer to where you want to get, and then just like that, you get on a slump. you hit the rut moment. Whether it is because you went on vacation and coming back to your routine is extremely hard, whether it is because you're sick and your body's so tired, so getting better, feeling better, healing, and then going back to your routine is extremely hard. Whatever it is the situation, maybe you had a problem that involved your entire focus on that. Whatever it is, whatever situation you just went, that you hit this rut moment where you cannot get out of it and go back to your routine, or you have this feeling like you have to start over, but it's not really starting over. Sometimes we're gonna be heading there and moving forward, and others we just have to be like, let's evaluate and then continue. But that doesn't mean starting from zero. That just means continue with the process. Slowly go back to the routines and the habits and the little steps that we have created for ourselves in order to become the person that we want. And that is what we're going to dive into today. I feel like the introduction was very long, but I think I had to put you in perspective and understand the situation in order to understand what today's video is about. Step 1 is self-compassion. This is completely normal. It's part of life. It's part of the process. Do not push yourself too hard. I know this is easier said than done. I know, but this is the very first step that we need to take. You need to love yourself and you need to acknowledge what has happened. Don't be hard on yourself. You were able to achieve things in the past. Celebrate those achievements. It doesn't matter if you've been 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever the months, without doing anything that you wanted to do in order to become that person. You achieved things in the past, celebrate them. Practice self-compassion with yourself. It's okay, love yourself, and acknowledge what has happened. Try to identify the root of why this has happened. Is it because of a life situation, a very hard life situation that put you to that? Is it because you gave up? Then if you gave up, why did you give up? Is it because, I don't know, you had an injury on your fitness journey and you just had to take rest and stop? Is it because you were sick or because of a long vacation and coming just back to the routine, say goodbye to your family, whatever it is? Try to identify the root cause so that you can do a proper evaluation of what has happened and make the right choices of where to go from here. When this happened to me, I like to practice a lot of self-reflection. I like to do a lot of brain dump, just put everything that is happening in my mind on a piece of paper or your computer, whatever you want to put it. Just try to get everything that is happening in your brain out of it. And then try to make a separation between what is in your control and what is out of control. What is out of your control, let it go. There's nothing you can do about that. Focus on what you have control of. And when you're in that, circle, normally I draw 2 circles, one for the control, one for the out of control. So focus on the things that you have in the circle within your control and see what you can do about that. Try to evaluate and reflect about why is it there? Why were you thinking about this? Is it a worry? Is it an appointment? Is it part of your to-do list that has been in your mind for a very long time? Just think about the small actions that can get you going. So number 1, self-compassion and acknowledge what has happened. Number 2, identify the root cause. And number 3, reconnect with your goals. Sometimes we just disconnect from the things that we want. We don't feel aligned. And it's not that we don't want them anymore in our life. It's that for some reason we just disconnected from them and we just need to align with them again. So a way that I like reconnecting with a goal is by looking at the progress that I made with a specific goal and the positive outcomes that came with it. I try to make an effort into remembering the achievements and how I felt in that moment when working on that goal. For instance, when I came out from a yoga class or when I did my 20-minute meditation, how I felt that moment, that sense of achievement and feeling so proud of myself. I try to remember that and reconnect with the goal that way. The 4th step is to reestablish our routines. If you have been following me for a while, you know that I do this every single reset. Routines for me are very important. Routines are to prepare you for a specific time of the day, whether you have your morning routine, whether you have your pre-workout routine, your post-workout routine, your evening routine. I have so many routines. I have a finance routine, I have a work PhD work motivation routine. I have a working from home routine. I have a lot of routines. The routines that I create just prepare me, you know, mentally and physically to work on a specific task or to get ready for a specific moment of the day. And generally, the practice that I put onto these routines are practices that are going to help me achieve the goals that I want. Generally, when I think of a goal, I separate them into small tasks, or, you know, I try to create the little roots that can come from that goal and see what things I can do, very tiny, small things, fun things that I can do in order to achieve that goal. So those little tiny things, I try to put them in my different routines so that I can get closer to it. It's really important to think about the routines that you have, if you have one. If not, I highly encourage you to create one. How they're set, why they're set that way, what is the outcome that you want after doing that routine. And this leads me to the next step, which is evaluate your strategies. When we create goals, it's not only about creating the goals and setting the goals, you need to create a system. And this is similar, this works the same way for when you're working on becoming her. Becoming her is a journey. Becoming your best version is a journey, and this journey encompasses little goals, because generally when we want to become our best version, we think of the foods that we want to eat, how much do we want to work out, what type of social life do we want, what career, what job. There's a lot of things that we need to evaluate in that life. There's lots of different goals and lots of different habits. So we need to create the proper system, the proper strategy in order to get to where we want to be. So evaluate your routines, evaluate your strategy, and please do not take more than 1 or 2 goals at the same time. I mean, if you can, then go ahead, do it. But for me, I find this advice so valuable. Like in the past, I was like the all or nothing mindset. Either I do my entire morning routine, or for me, it's a fail. It doesn't have to be that way. It's okay if it's not that way. And actually, I love it because now I'm sick. I'm not able to get up early. I sleep a lot. I'm sleeping a lot. I used to feel very guilty because I'm sick and I'm not able to work. I mean, I'm still trying to work. I am working, but I have tried really hard to love myself in the sense of, Finola, you are sick. It's okay if you just sleep longer, if you don't work, if you don't wake up at the time that you want to wake up, if you don't go to the gym. Waking up super early and going to the gym are part of my morning routine. But for now, what I'm doing is like, okay, what's the other thing that's part of my morning routine? Matcha tea instead of coffee. Perfect. That I can do. That doesn't take a lot of effort. Let's do that. What's the other thing that I can do for my morning routine that is not waking up early or going to the gym because I will die? Taking my supplements. Perfect. That I can do. Just go little by little, choose 2 goals, and then go from there. I feel like this way it's easier to go to the next habits rather than trying to do everything again overnight just perfectly. For me, this is just increasing the chances of getting overwhelmed and giving up again. The 6th step is to practice a lot of self-care. For me, this is crucial in whatever journey you're on. So becoming her journey or any other project that you're working on your life. Self-care, I always try to make it part of my night routine. Maybe this serves as some kind of help or inspiration to you. It's a non-negotiable, the fact that I schedule some time in the day to dedicate for self-care. I know a lot of people, when they hear self-care, they imagine a bubble bath, which yes, it is, but it's not only that. It's about understanding your feelings and checking in with yourself. Maybe you can practice some journaling, some meditation, some yoga, and then of course you can do your bubble bath, your skincare. That's a way of loving yourself. The way that you treat your body and the way you speak to yourself is a way of self-care. It's a way of self-love. But an effort that I try to make, if not every day, almost every day, is to check in with myself and say, Finola, how are you doing? What happened today? What things made you happy and what things got on your nerve? And I just try to understand how I'm feeling, what happened, and if I have taken any negative feeling or thought from the day, I try to let it go. Sometimes it's very difficult to do this on your own, so I have a journal. I have a morning journal and I have an evening journal that I have on my bedside. It comes with journal prompts and they're ready for me to do it. Another thing that I have to journal is my Notion. I have a journal template with the prompts already ready for me to just type, and I am evaluating 2 other apps. The thing about journaling is that you don't have to have a set way of journaling. You can just find the one that you like, and maybe there are several ways that you like. Whenever I have my journals here and I love them, but they're mainly to be at home. When I travel or if I sleep at a friend's house, maybe I want to journal and I don't have the physical journal. I don't want to carry the physical journal with me, so I have my Notion. With Notion, you need connection. Internet connection. So now I'm trying to find an app that doesn't have internet connection. I've heard a lot of people talking about the default app on iPhone. I might check that out, but also I am thinking of going to the first app that I ever used for journaling, and that is Day One. I don't know. I'm thinking about things, but this is just as an example of maybe the things that you can try to see how you can journal. Step 7. Take action. Just start. Just go back to the steps and the routines that you created for you. Something that I did is to make this process easier or more motivating, let's say, because take action and just start, I feel like it's very easy to say, just start. Right, you start. Sometimes it's very hard to take the first step. So I like creating like a mini step before the first step, which is creating a little something to inspire you to just like keep on going. I wanted a way to visualize my goals, my feelings, my intentions, and things that I had on my calendar. So I decided to buy a very cute cardboard, and I said, I'm going to put things here that I want to visualize all the time, and because I want to visualize that when I'm working, or my office is right when you come down the stairs, so it's very easy for me to see that and remember my intentions and my goals and the things that I want to work on. So I have like the calendar, I have my little manifestation notepad with different goals or intentions for that specific week, the things that I'm going to work on in order to get closer to a specific goal. That is a little something that really got me closer to let's get back on track, and we're doing it. I have the energy. Okay, and the last one, which is not really a new one, I already said this, but this is just a reminder. It will happen again, the moment where you struggle, the moment where you're not feeling it, the moment where you want to give up, it will come again. So in that moment, instead of just having the all or nothing mindset, instead of just like, giving up, just practice self-compassion. Remind yourself about these things that we're talking about today. Maybe you can have it in a small notepad or something near yourself, or in a place that you can always go back to. But this is a reminder. This is a bumpy ride. It is not a linear direction. I wish it was, but it's not. It's a struggle. I think it's a very nice journey, because you get to learn a lot of things about yourself, and you get to understand a lot of things about yourself and see how you react to different situations. But it also comes with obstacles and struggles, and when those come, instead of punishing us or pushing ourselves too hard, if you need to take a step back to rethink the whole thing, take it, do it. It's better to do that rather than to push yourself to continue and then fall. So yeah, I think I have managed to share everything that I wanted for this video. I really hope that you liked it. I really hope that it brought you value. Feel free to share your experiences in the comments or in the community. I will leave the link down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!